Hi, lovely people. I'm Jennifer, and this is 13 Moons Lodge. I am here with the weekly energy reading for the 5th of February through to the 11th. And yes, my microphone is on. For some reason, I just had a thought that I didn't put it on. We do have a new moon this week, and that is on the 9th, which I think is on Thursday, and that is in Aquarius. So keeping that in mind, I have 5 decks I'm going to work with today. So I'm going to actually start with the Moonology deck because we are coming into we're always, I believe, influenced by the moon cycles, but because we're coming into this super new moon, which basically means that, the moon, we won't be able to see it because it's obscured, but it's closest in its orbit to the Earth is what that means. So let's just choose a Moonology card here and see what this is from Yasmin Boland's Moonology manifestation deck. So we have the last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. So this is about healing. This is about walking away from what no longer serves us. This is about it's about, for some of us, cautionary about getting caught in the past. It's about just not letting it go. So whether this is we're not allowing grief over something, we really need to experience that grief to let it go. But however that might be showing up for you, it really is about just walking away and walking towards, there goes my voice again. I should have had some water before I started. But it's about walking towards where you are going. It's about being in the present moment, but with this following the steps that Spirit is leading for us. And perhaps we have desires and so there's something leading us, but we have like one foot here and part of our awareness and where we're going, but no attachment. And that's the key. And no attachment to the past, letting that go. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit there, but I just want to touch on this card again, and I should show it to you. So this is it here, last quarter moon in Capricorn, leaving the past behind. So I'm also feeling like this is a choice. So this isn't just that this is going to happen, but this is actually becoming aware of what we might be holding on to from the past and then choosing consciously to let it go. And this may require some healing. And I am also, as I was shuffling the cards, this particular card jumped out, and this is from the the Angel Tarot Cards deck from Radleigh Valentine. And so this one jumped out when I was shuffling, and it speaks of the same thing. This is 5 of water, which is also the 5 of cups. And that's exactly what this is about. It's about letting go of the past. It's about unhealed parts of ourselves that we carry forward with us into the present. So we're carrying this grief, we're carrying this anger, resentment, whatever it is, but they're keeping us tied to the past. So there's a part of us that's still focused in the past. So the moon energies that we're coming into with this new moon is about those deeper healings. So for a lot of us, it might be really getting in touch with deep parts of ourselves, wounds, traumas that we have pushed down so far that we might not be aware that we're still operating. A part of us is still operating from this woundedness. And so also with this new moon in relation to this healing opportunity on this deep level, we are being asked to do whatever it is that brings us joy, do whatever it is that, even if it doesn't bring us joy, if you feel drawn to do it, then do it. no matter what, because that is going to be your doorway, your personal doorway into the healing that you need at this time in your journey. So I'm just going to set those right there. I feel like that is really, really important. So I'm going to jump into the Sacred Destiny Oracle here by Denise, Linn. And as I say that, I'm like, yeah, that is Denise, Linn, right? I'm wondering what I did with my boxes. Sorry about that. I'll have the proper deck names and their authors in the description below, so if I'm wrong. But I think that's correct. However, so I'm just going to pull 2 cards from that, and then I'm going to, well, let's just dive into these first, and then I'll carry on with the other decks. So we have success, and we have Puma here. If you can see the lion, the cat, the jaguar, the panther here, Puma. And so this is about discernment. This is about facing those parts of us that bring us fear to face, because they're fearful because we know they're going to hurt. But that's where the healing is. That's where the potential lies. And next we have enlightenment. So although this card came out after the success card, and the success card is a wonderful card because it is showing us, sorry, I'm jumping back here. It is telling us that this is a necessary part. This is a very positive part of the journey, even though it might not feel like it, because we are diving into those painful aspects of ourselves. But this is where the healing lies. This card, I don't know if you can read that or not, but it says enlightenment. So this is when we are actually becoming lighter. We are, through facing and diving into these painful parts of ourselves, we are giving them the time, sorry, not the time, but we're giving them the space and acknowledgement of their authenticity within us. We are not denying them of what they are, and in doing so, we can release them, and they might come up as emotion to be released, or they might just dissolve. But it is about going into it with your awareness and just holding space. And as we are doing this, of course, we always want to be as kind and loving and compassionate towards ourselves as we're doing so. So this is what this journey is about. I'm going to actually, I feel called to pull one more card from that deck. We have another Puma. In this case, we have the tiger. And this card is about flexibility. So again, I'm feeling like this is a journey. It's a doorway into deeper parts of ourselves. But parts that are going to obviously bring us enlightenment. So this is lighting us up. It is lightening us up because, and again, I meant to mention here with this particular card that as we are journeying into these uncomfortable and painful memories and feelings, that in doing so and being able, allowing the release and the healing, these denser energies will actually move away from our bodies. We will be releasing them on an energetic level. So in doing that, we naturally become lighter, and we can also, we're creating space so we can start bringing in higher rays of light as well. And so here again, we have, as I had just touched on with this particular card, it says flexibility. So in this process, it's not about, okay, I'm going to set this time aside and I'm just going to do this and within this amount of time. There is a more of a organic approach to it, because you might be able to do that, some of us, but I think there might be more of us that have, and hopefully, we will be able to, kind of touch on and invite these memories and invite these emotions that need to be healed to come into our awareness. You know, it might actually have to be an invitation to get in touch with them. And then as we do, we might be driving, or we might be doing, you know, something, we hopefully not at work, because our minds will be busy with something else. But if we are in a place where we can take time out, and as these things come up, that we can just take a little time out and just roll with it. Go, oh my gosh, there's that, you know, whoa, that emotion's coming up, or this memory, and now this memory is triggering some other things within me. But just, I need to stop what I'm doing right now and just sit with this, and, you know, allow it to process. So being flexible in that way, feeling like there might be some more meaning with this card. But you know what? I'm going to just set it down for now. I'm going to be pulling some clarifying cards for these as well. So we have, basically, I have 5 cards out here for, I know it's 7 days. I'm going to work with these 5. So we have this 5 of water, and I might pull 1 or 2 extra cards at the end. We'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to get some clarifying cards here with the messages from Magical Messages from the Fairies deck, and this is by Doreen Virtue. And again, this is a deck, this was my very first Oracle deck, and I just love it. It's, you know, always seems to be the one that I can most intuitively tune into, and I don't know why that is, but I roll with it. I have great gratitude for this deck. Okay. So yeah, lots of interesting things coming up here for a lot of new beginnings, lots of saying goodbyes as we are doing this. So, and being truthful. So with the 5 of water that came out, that, you know, being kind of stuck and not stuck, maybe stuck isn't the right word, but recognizing these unhealed parts of ourselves that are keeping us partly in the past, that we're carrying that past with us into the present. We have a new home as a clarifier for moving is a step in the right direction for you. So it could be very literal for some of us that we are feeling called to really start over again in our lives. This could be a new location. It could also be a new job, a new career, or a new business venture, because that is the very next clarifier that came up. So really reinventing our lives in the most profound and biggest ways, internally as we are healing, but then externally, because we cannot live our lives the same way, because we're not the same person as we are doing this. And recognizing this within ourselves, this growth. This can also be not a physical location, but this might be about making changes to our house, our home. That just came in intuitively as I was setting the card down. So that might be a lot of us. This might be about, it is time to rearrange the house. It might be time to rearrange the house. I mean, like the furniture, rearrange rooms, entirely move rooms around, painting, whatever it might be, to reinvigorate the energy in your home, something that in a way that reflects who you are now. And it could be organizing your closets, cleaning out the clutter, cleaning out things of the past that actually don't even belong to you, but you've been holding on to, perhaps from somebody who has passed away. And so that there's that purging in that way too, and that can be very, very healing as well. And so as you are creating space physically, you are creating that space emotionally and vibrationally as well. So there is also that. So with the last quarter moon in Capricorn, and walking away from the past and things that are holding you back, people, places, things that might be keeping you partly in the past, we have as a clarifier, business venture, trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. So as we are doing this and we are creating space within ourselves and our lives, there comes space for the inspiration. There comes space for synchronicities and opportunities. So keeping awareness and your eye out for those synchronicities, those times of perfect alignment, or when the opportunities fall in our lap, or we might just feel called to, like I had said, start a new job, or at least move on from the one that we have had, because again, it's not in alignment with who we are, and it is causing suffering within us, and we are not happy there. But go out and get something else started first, or at least you're on that path before you end something. You don't want to put yourself into a bad situation, but take care of yourself. But so there is, in leaving the past behind, it could very well show up as, how you want to move forward. Perhaps you are feeling called to really step into whatever it is your purpose is. You may have not known your purpose before, but it is calling you as we are clearing out the past and the pain and the trauma. So this is all going to be affecting us in how we relate with whatever our, however we want to manifest our lives working. Now, some of you might be retired, so that it might just be a hobby. It might show up as a hobby. It might show up as just, again, making income, but it's fun money, it's play money, and it serves you, it fills you in such a positive way that feeds your energy, and it gives you a purpose. It gives you a sense of purpose as well. So you want to get up in the morning and you're eager to see what the day brings, and how your joy, how in ways you can share it with the world and lift others up. So I'm really liking that. So to clarify the success card, I might have to pull back on how many cards I pull here. Otherwise, this is going to be a whole hour long. I've already been talking for almost 20 minutes. Nobody's going to last that long through this video if I go on too much. But I'm just feeling a lot of detail and energy in the cards I have pulled so far. So I might have to, you know what? I think we'll be okay. I'll pull some tarot cards after this, and I'll just get a little bit more detail and more clarification on each row. But however, so we have the success card that I had pulled at the beginning, and this is about with the puma, right? And really facing those scary parts of ourselves. And this is being, sorry, I thought I just saw a little, oh, it's my hair. I thought there was a little bug around me, a little fly. So your desire is within reach. Have faith as everything is working in your favor. So trust that as we are connecting with those painful parts of ourselves, the parts that need our awareness, the parts that have to be processed, that we are supported. We're never alone. And this is an integral part of our healing. And this is going to really, if there has been something that you have been striving for, but you've been feeling blocked, like you've been feeling called into a direction, but you're not sure how to make it work, and there's no signs coming, and it just feels like almost like you're stagnant or that you're blocked. And I know I just said that. Trust that this process, that it could be that this healing that I'm talking about here with this moon energy in this week is the opportunity to address that, because that block could be related with a chakra, and it could be something about creativity and energy. And so once you start moving that energy that has been sitting in your field, in your body, then it is going to start the energy moving that needs to come in and flow in order for that to be manifested. And that is totally what I'm feeling with that card. So everything is actually fitting into place perfectly, and everything is working out for you, for us collectively, even though it might not seem like it. But it is all, remember, it's all practice. That was from the weekend reading, the practice card. I thought it was in this reading because I just recorded it, 10 minutes ago. So following those cards, we have that enlightenment card, and how this process, this healing, and letting go of, past traumas is helping to lighten our field, helping us to purge those heavier energies. This is being clarified with the goodbye to the old and hello to the new, which is exactly what is happening here. So you finished one part of your life, and now a new and even better part is beginning. So this, again, is totally in line. Can't make these cards up how they fall out when they're meant to, but about having a new identity, reinventing ourselves, starting our lives over, again, with how we are feeling and what we're being drawn to as we let go of those traumas and as we heal. So now this is the card I was hoping to get more clarity on, the flexibility card with the puma, and how this is a journey into a doorway and a journey into a new path for us. And also other aspects of ourselves, which isn't really coming into play here. It's still a little bit outside of my realm, what I'm perceiving there. So either I'm not privy to that information, or it's just not ready to come in fully yet. And I'm up here because this is where I'm perceiving that information thread, that energy thread coming from, but I can't quite grasp it. So it's either not fully manifested, or it's just not time yet. But this is a doorway into deeper things. So I am actually perceiving that in that doorway. So it is a doorway into other emotions and other feelings, and other realizations about ourselves. And it's like all these dots being connected. So where there's been some compartmentalization, tripping over that word, easy for me to say, right? Or disconnect, a feeling of disconnect. It's like that evaporates, and it's like everything kind of becomes cohesive. It's like parts of our life become cohesive, even right up to where we are in this present moment, where we maybe aren't feeling connected in certain ways, and we might not even be able to put our finger on it. But so this moon energy and the healing is going to be so deep and profound as we move through this. And this isn't going to be like a 1 week thing, done and done. However, again, with the energies moving much faster, it is going to be relatively quicker than, say, it has been in the past. This is being clarified with admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. And that's what this is all about. This doorway, this journey, this pathway here, I feel that is opening up by facing what it is that we're afraid of. And also releasing. It's about accepting the death of these past versions of you, the death of relationships, the death of ways of being. They are endings. So it is really important to acknowledge that. Endings are very important. They are about cycles within ourselves, cycles of life, cycles within cycles, the moon cycles, the earth cycles, the seasonal cycles, so many cycles. And so but it's about getting real with where you are at in the present moment. And I'm just feeling into that card a little bit more. Nobody can do this journey for you. This is a journey that we do alone. We can have supports in place. Very important to have supports in place, friends or mentors that you can reach out to, who you trust with this, because this is vulnerability, and it's becoming vulnerable to ourselves, perhaps in ways we've never been before. But in doing so, we have to get really real about how we're feeling about things, and really admit that to ourselves and just accept it. And if, again, it brings up uncomfortable emotions or fear, then we need to go there. It's really important healing work for part of our journey. Okay, so the last row here, I'm just going to get a little bit more clarifying, and the cards are flying out here, so that's good. There's obviously some more information that needs to be shared. So how many cards do we have here? Cards don't always fly out, but when they do, I know that it's important. Yeah, so, okay. So the universe is saying that, yeah, so a lot of us, I'm laughing because we have the Five of Cups. So we've had that come up twice now. That was the first card that flew out actually on the Angel Tarot deck, was the Five of Water, which is the Five of Cups. And that flew out, and then it just flew out again from my Rider-Waite Tarot. So the universe is saying, yeah, this is really fundamental healing work that we are working through, going through at this time. So this is going to be what gets us out of repeating patterns, this type of work that keeps us feeling stuck. It's going to lift us out of repetitive thoughts and belief systems. It's going to move us out of these old paradigms and these old shifts. So this is where a lot of us are feeling this energy right now, that my life needs to be lived differently, and I feel it, but I just don't know how to make it happen. I feel stuck. It's that kind of energy, and it might not be your whole life, but it might be even aspects of it. Or sometimes you don't feel that way, but then there's, moments of this great clarity, awareness, where it's like, oh, I don't know how much longer I can do this, that type of thing. So that's what this healing is about. That's what we're moving away from. And then we had the 10 of Wands jump out here as well. I almost feel like this is the last card for the reading. I know I didn't do them all, but we're coming up to a half an hour here. And this being a 10 means it's the end of a cycle. I always love to end readings on a 10 or something that indicates it's the end of a cycle. So this is telling us that it's almost like we're on the home run. We have been working really, really hard in our journeys, and it feels like we've been carrying a lot of weight, and we've been really busy. And I feel like this is, in this healing, we're coming into, in these adjustments that we're making in our lives, that we are coming into a way of doing things easier, so that it doesn't feel like we are burdened so much. I mean, now this, I'm feeling two ways with this feeling burdened, or this work we've been doing. A lot of it is that this has been passion work, and this has been very important to us. So we are gaining another new perspective, or leveling up in a way that we have been wanting to. We've been working at something. We've been diligent, committed to our practice, our spiritual practice, in whatever way that might be for you. So there is, we're almost done this cycle, and there's going to be new things opening up for us, new downloads and awarenesses coming in, new perspectives, and shifting as we're shifting our lives as well. So there's that feeling with it. But then there's that also feeling for some of us that might be entrenched in this on a deeper level, and feeling really blocked or directionless. And that is that feeling of whatever that burden is, and it could be just feeling directionless or stuck, and that would definitely feel like a burden, that you are almost there. So just to stick with it, it's going to be worth it. You're almost home, and you can set those sticks down. I know it never really ends, our journey, but this cycle at least is coming to a completion. So I hope that gives you some hope that by doing this work and this healing, sometimes it'll feel like we don't even have a choice. I get that too, that life has kind of pinched us into a corner, and that we have to do something. And so we really might just grasp. It might feel like we're grasping at straws, doing things that we've never done before, things that we used to point a finger at and make fun of. But now all of a sudden we're trying it because we don't know what else to do. All the other coping mechanisms have failed us, and we're going to go out of our mind or something if we don't make a change. So we grasp at these. But sometimes if, the universe has been giving us signs and signals and we're just, nope, I'm not going to look at them. Nope, this is the way it's got to be. That's where it's going to put us. It's going to back us into a corner until we're forced to make those choices we never thought we would make. So where are we at for time here? Yeah, we're at 30 minutes. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I think this is enough information for the week. So as we are moving through this week, please remember to be kind and gentle and compassionate with yourself. And please take care of yourself. It's so got to start with each one of us individually so that we can then care for each other and support each other and hold kindness and compassion for each other. So I am sending you my love, my kindness, my compassion, and I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you very soon. Bye for now.